Yeah, I got the coil here. Comes with a TXV. It's not a horizontal. It comes with the vertical pan, but not the horizontal one. But I could take it off the other coil and use it. Replacement coil. I'm gonna change that coil. I should be able to cut these lines right here, quite close. Cut this. And put a coupling in there and just move it out of this way for now. Alright, we gotta pull the refrigerant into this thing. So what we'll do is we'll hook up our gauges. I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. I got it running inside so I can pull it down. It's gonna pump it down into this unit. I'm gonna take these caps off. Refrigerant wrench. I want to shut the high side off. I'm going to shut the high side off and the liquid line off. So the refrigerant can't go back up to the unit. What we're going to do is pump it down. It can't go back up. It's going to all stay in here. Pumping it down. That's off. Now the suction side, I'm going to shut down, but not all the way. Like that. Look up our gauges. I'm gonna need them on there anyway when we put the other line in, the other coil. We'll need them on there. Let me open up our suction. You can see we got some pressure in there, but not a lot. So what we're going to do is, once we start it up, we're going to pull this down to 0 and then pull the disconnect. In the meantime, once we get down to 0, we got to shut this off. Once we start it up, it'll start pulling it down. You can see this should start pulling down here. See it's starting to pull down. We get pulling down. We get down to 0. We're gonna crank this valve in. Yeah, see I was. When I get down to 0, I gotta crank in this and pull the disconnect. Yeah, I got my hand on a disconnect. Here we're getting close to 0. Alright, we'll crank this in. Alright, it's in. Hold it. So what I did was, like, when I got to 0, I cranked this in, and all the refrigerant's locked in the unit. Now we could work on the upstairs. Cut the coil out, put the new coil in, we gotta pull a vacuum. Flipping hot up here. Crazy. Should be able to cut that right there. Close and cut that right there. Got plenty of slack in the line set to move it in. Flipping hot up here. Flipping windows, I could open them up with some heat out. Just cut this right in the middle and use that over. If I can. pins. It should slide right out. It's definitely different. A little bit. I'm going to take this metal pan off of here and put it on this one. These different levels will pitch the pan more or less, right? Right there on them. Should be able to back them out. Use that pan over. There it goes. It's supposed to be a lip it fits in. There it goes. Make sure you get that in right or it'll leak. There's a wrap this has to fit in. That's it right there. That'll fit right in there. That's perfect. Make sure none of this shit's rubbing. Make sure none of this shit's rubbing. And if it does, it's going to be a problem. There should be pressure in this thing. Hear the pressure? That's what you want to hear. There's no pressure. I got a problem. shouldn't need, I don't need a purge from nitrogen because I'm using Stay Bright 8, which is a different type of solder. That's what I'm using for solder. High silver count. It's actually stronger than the brazen. That's what I'm using. Got its own flux brush there. One comes in a can, but you don't want to put too much on there. I just want to put some. I like this better. You get a nice, you don't want to put too much, just enough. On the wall. Oh, it's a blob of solder on there, that's why.
Unknown caller.
Oh, that's good. I'm just going to make sure that this is going to be over enough. I'll solder them up. I am on this system. Kind of odd. So we're going to put one, I got one here off a heat pump. Brand new, never used. Can go either flow either way, I'll just put it here. This one's good for a heat pump. I don't have a heat pump here, but it could still be used. Let's see what we got there for something like that. They bright 8, so I don't need to purge it with nitrogen or nothing like that. See right there, silver bearing solder. See that? Silver bearing solder. I think it's like 20% silver or something crazy high. got the gauges open outside so it can't build pressure. I should do it. So I got my dry nitrogen here. I got my container, my gauge. I'm just gonna go in through this line here, through my gauges, into the piping, into the coil. Make sure there's no leaks. Left both gauges open. And once we put this on, we turn this in. This will give us our pressure we want. Put a couple 100 pounds in there, 250, something like that. Got 250 in there. Keep an eye on this gauge. My gauge is not working for some reason. I don't know why. Keep an eye on it here. Disconnect this. $265. And I can get my my vacuum stuff on here. If you get any leaks, it bubble right up. You can hear it. Alright, no leaks. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, I can start pulling a vacuum on it out there. And then I can come and do the rest of this. That high side gauge is staying where it needs. This gauge is junk. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to need to... unless it can be adjusted. These are good gauges, these Marsh. Somebody's already been in here playing with it because it's already hard. Somebody's already played with it. Yeah, the gauge is no good. It's not working right. Sticking in there or something, so I'm gonna need to get, I got new gauges in the truck anyway. Dump it. That's nitrogen. That's just dry nitrogen in there. We know we don't have any leaks on my stuff because I checked it. Oh, I got new gauges in the truck for that. Too bad, these are good gauges. Glass and all on them, you know. These are nice ones. Check all these rubbers. Yeah, they're brand new. They're good. These shouldn't be an issue. Put a little lube on there, mama. A little lube will do ya. Little lube will do ya. These are the hoses I like to use. I got a 1/4 inch on one end. And I got 3/8 on the other. Goes to the pump. That's what I use. And I got little caps. Right, when I'm done, I plug them with these little plugs. It's the blue and the red. You want to have these so you could open them later, shut them after. You gotta shut them after before you release the gas. You gotta shut them. They're both open. On these, it don't matter which one goes where. They're both going on there. And I'll put my vacuum gauge here, micron gauge. And you gotta have those angle valves. You gotta have those angle valves on the bottom to be able to push in the straighter cores, because I didn't take them out. While this is running, I could do the rest of the work upstairs. While this is running, I'm gonna put a vacuum port here, micron gauge here. Not the ideal place to put it, but that's where I'm putting it. What I do in a blue vac is I switch the battery around when I take it out so I don't turn it on by accident. Oh, I left the battery in there, did I? I did, I left the battery in there. Let's see if it works. Oh, it works, okay. Luckily, I got lucky on that one. Yeah, the battery's blinking there. See, I gotta put a new battery in it. Alright, I got a new battery in there. See the battery life. You gotta make sure it's on microns, and it is. I know that other one had some lube in it, because when I took it apart, I could see it in there, the lube. I could turn this thing on, and gotta get a power cord out here. And plug it in and let it rock and roll, mama. Open this for a minute. Shut this. I'm going to start pulling down. I'll let that run for a while. And then what I could do is I could put my gauge, my thing on there, and open up the ports. Shut these two valves off and open that and let the gas in. Go upstairs and do the other thing. Alright, I know I got some 1-inch clear tubing ID, 1-inch ID. It fits right over that tightly. If I've got to get it off, it'll come off. I like this stuff. I like using this because if I ever have to get it off, it'll come off. I don't have to worry about carrying up the glue. And you can see if it's got water in it. It ain't gonna leak. Alright, I'm gonna attach this. Bulb goes in there. Some guys say tail up, some guys say tail down. I usually put it the tail down like that. That's how I usually do it. And the bigger ones, this looks like a better strap than the other one I had. And once they get somewhere on a nice flat spot of the pipe, that's a good spot for it right there. 4 o'clock. Be fine. And I got the tail, I got both of them coming off at the same elevation, so you guys that say tail up, tail down, don't matter here, because I got them both the same. Ain't gonna matter anyway. That wants to be tight like that. I gotta... that there. Plus another wrap. And whatever's left I could tape it, right? Anything that's open I could tape with tape. This is all taped up good, so don't sweat. Alright, it's not gonna sweat. I got the 2 red plugs in there. Turn this back on. We got it off outside. I should start running. It's off outside on a disconnect. 92 microns, so you know that's a good vacuum. I'm gonna shut these 2 off and then open the gas. By shutting that off and shutting that off, then we could open this. I don't think it really matters which one you open. And that's going to release the gas back into the line. This way here you don't by shutting these off, you're not shocking your gauge. I'll open these up. I might have to add some refrigerant to it, I'm not sure yet. So I'm opening this, that's what they call, these aren't really king valves, or I kind of call them king valves, but they're isolation valves is what they're called. Isolate the condensing unit. I'm going to open this other one. We can take our vacuum hoses off now. they're not, these aren't really true king valves. True king valves, you back them all the way off and they shut off the ports. You want to go back in it a little bit with it. That's how I do them. Like I said, I did add some refrigerant. It's Monday morning. I did add some refrigerant on Friday night for to get it by the weekend. I don't know how much leaked out. We'll find out. I had set the subcooling to about 9. So I'm probably going to have to add a little bit more. Because the new coil, whatnot, you know. Yeah, when I take my my gauge off, I take the battery out and I flip it around. This way I don't ruin the battery. That's how I do it. When I take it apart to use it again, I just put the battery back in place. This way I don't burn the batteries out. If not, if you don't do that, every time you open it, you're gonna need a new battery. Tech tip. It's a little tech tip, mama. It's a little tech tip. And all the stuff I use in the vacuum, when I take it apart, I put all the plugs back in it, in a bag. Keep it fresh and clean. That's what I do. Keep everything fresh. These are vacuum hoses. That's what I use. That's how I do it. There's other ways of doing it. There's better ways of doing it. Faster ways, but for what I'm using, this is fine. You don't need 1/2-inch hoses for this stuff. Yeah, I just wrap everything up. Got a little backpack I use here for my vacuum stuff. And my Nylar goes in here. The red is for the R22 and the blue is for the 410. Got all kinds of different stuff I just put right in there. There's my vacuum setup right there. Take this stuff down, my lights and whatnot. I wrote the date with the new coil. I'm gonna shut the 2 windows and then check the charge. Wouldn't be a bad idea to open these when it's really hot out and get the heat out of here, but I don't think she's gonna come up here and do it. I'm in the attic. You can see some of the oil. See the oil? Oily. You can see it there. You can see it's oily. That's the leak. It don't take much, man. It's under pressure, you know. The new ones now is all aluminum. This one's a copper coil. All right, we'll set up our gauges and. can start it up and check our pressures. It's coiling inside, so it should fire right up when I put this in. Let it run for a little bit. Pressure's moving up and down a little bit because the TXV's hunting. It's good pressure at 145 for the suction. Got a good airflow through the system. That's showing you get good airflow through the system. It's a little 2-ton unit. I got a 16-inch flex in there, so. Or an 18. I think I might even have an 18-inch flex in there. I'm not sure. I got an 18-inch, which is, see, we're good here with our subcooling at 11. Perfect, the charge is fine. We don't have to do anything with the charge. If I was at 9 with the subcooling, I'm fine with that. We're at 10. Good. Kids coming around here playing around on the weekend or something, we don't know. Nice caps on there, snuggle on. The way I know it's, when I left it, it was good. The caps, I put them on there tight. Got a nice rubber on them. They're sealed good. Keep the kids in the neighborhood out of there. I know I did a repair on it. I usually like to put these caps on there and give them a good how you doing. This way here, I want to play around with it.